Gosh, it's taken me to 6 Olympic Games, 6 World Games and 8 Europeans. It's a passion. You know, I think if you don't have a passion for it, you probably shouldn't be doing it. It's not a 9-to-5 job, and if you love horses, then regardless of whether they're a top eventer or they're a hacking pony, you know, if you love them, you still want to be with them and to do your best for them.
Jackie Potts started grooming 3 decades ago. Back in 1993, having left her office job and trained at the Yorkshire Riding Centre, she joined legendary eventer William Fox Pitt when he was just 23, and at the very beginning of his illustrious career.
So this one is when I actually first started off my interest in horses. I think that was at the local riding school. Very hairy pony in a field there, wearing an interesting headscarf, but once you get the passion for them, they're in your blood and it never changes. And then it progressed onto this whole life really with horses. I remember my first Olympics, it was with Tamarilo, and what a groom has to take sometimes to the dressage was quite a lot. Me looking a lot younger with Tamarilo in the stables, and then my last Olympics with Vinci de Levin. It's a good year. I think for a top rider, the groom is as important as, you know, sometimes the horse in some ways. They've got to trust you implicitly that you're looking after that horse to the best of your ability, and that you are doing your best to make sure that that horse can perform and its welfare is paramount, basically. You know, almost guardian, I like to think of friend as well. I'm very bad, I tend to slightly think that they're my boys and girls. And I have to remember that they're not owned by me, because I want them to enjoy it as well. It's not just a case of competition or winning. They've got to be happy in what they're doing as well, because when they're happy, they perform much better and it's more fun for everybody. You know, as a groom, you get to know all their little foibles. They've got every individual personalities. I want to make sure that they're at their best ability so they can perform for their best for the rider, and that the rider that isn't having to think all the time, has she done this, has she done that? So you've got to be 100% honest, 100% trustworthy. You know, mucking out is involved, that is part and parcel of the job. But you're there as a welfare manager, in a way, for the rider and the horse. You know, my grooming duties involve liaising with the farriers, the physios, the vets, making sure that the tack's okay, everything's packed in the lorry. William shouldn't have to think about anything else apart from his riding and if he's happy or not with the horse, how it is when he's at an event, because that's my responsibility. You are the umbrella, in a way. You know, you're helping him, you're helping the horse. I think grooming's evolved a lot in the last 10, 15 years. I think years ago, yes, you were a groom and you mucked out and you tacked the horse up and you got ready. Whereas now, often you are a bit of a vet, a bit of a physio, you're a driver, you're a bit of everything, to be honest. I mean, every day I'm checking their legs, I'm making sure that they look happy, you're looking at their weight, at their condition, have they eaten up? It's every little aspect of them. When we have the farrier in, we're always watching them trot up to make sure that we're happy with how the gait is. We have physios in, again, you're watching them trot up. So you should know that horse inside out, and I can walk past a stable and think, oh, I'm not sure he looks very good. Or I can watch him trot up and think, oh, that's better than last time. He looks a little bit freer, and you know, why is he freer? What have we done that's different? So you're always trying to improve and help.
In eventing, achieving peak performance across all 3 phases presents its own unique challenges.
It's quite a difficult discipline actually, because you've got to have a horse fit enough to go cross country. And you know, if you're talking 4 or 5 star level, that's a fit horse, and yet they've got to be able to perform dressage without blowing up, and then still be fit enough on Sunday to do the show jumping. So it's a very even keel. But I think over the years of experience, sometimes a horse walks past me when he's going off to an event and I think they're spot on. And that's developing your horseman's eye. I think that's a really important thing. It's using your gut instinct and then adapting it as necessary. I make sure that everything is in place, that William, whenever he wants to ride, the horse is ready. I relay to him, if there's been an issue with a horse so that he knows how it is, and just making sure it's not only the horses, it's your staff as well, because I think it's important that your staff are happy, because then that's how they're going to relate to the horse as well.
After a long and distinguished career, Jackie has been at the forefront of supporting and mentoring the next generation of grooms.
Well, we've been really lucky in England because we've got the BGA, the British Grooms Association, which I'm an ambassador for, and I'm also a founding director of the IGA. And I think it's so important to get the grooms thinking ahead, thinking about their career and supporting them in it, because you don't have any grooms and we're going to be really stuck in the future. And to try and inspire them, to mentor them, to give over your experience, because that's the one thing about age, you do get experience. And with horses, that's as important as what you're doing on the day, is having that experience of that horse mastership that you can then give over to younger grooms to try and inspire them to make it a career, not just a stopgap. I think the friendship that I've had with horses is something that you can only get with an animal, because they're true and honest, and when they're your friend it makes a huge difference, and you get this partnership with them, the same as a rider. I think you each have a partnership with the horse in a different way, but to lead a horseback that you've brought on from a youngster to then win a big major event, you're so proud. To be honest, they're my children.